Have you ever felt busy every day, yet somehow you're avoiding the one thing that could change everything? Life keeps moving forward, but some doors inside us stay closed for years. We call it patience. We call it timing. But often, it's fear wearing a comfortable mask. Today's story is about avoidance, about fear disguised as waiting, and about the moment when not trying becomes more painful than failing. Daniel had lived in the same apartment for 5 years. 2 rooms, 1 bedroom, and 1 door he never opened. The second room wasn't locked. There was no key, only a decision he kept postponing. Inside were boxes, old notebooks, a laptop collecting dust, ideas that once mattered. Daniel called it the storage room, but deep down he knew the truth. It wasn't storage. It was avoidance. Every morning Daniel walked past that door, and every morning he told himself the same thing. Not today. His life looked fine from the outside. A stable job, friendly co-workers, predictable days, evenings filled with noise he barely remembered. People said he was lucky. But at night, when everything went quiet, a familiar question returned. What if I'm wasting the best version of myself? One Saturday morning, the power went out. No internet, no phone, no distractions. The silence felt heavier than noise. Daniel stood in the hallway, staring at the door he had avoided for years. His hand hovered over the handle. Then, slowly, he opened it. Dust filled the air. The room looked frozen in time. Sketches taped to the wall, half-written ideas, unfinished beginnings. A notebook lay open on the floor. The page read, "This is what I want to build someday." Someday. Daniel sat down staring at his own words. He didn't feel regret. He felt recognition. Fear hadn't stopped him. Comfort had. That day, Daniel didn't clean the room. He didn't organize anything. He just stayed. He read words written by a version of himself who still believed. The next week, life didn't change dramatically. Daniel still went to work, still paid bills, still followed the routine, but one thing was different. Every night, he opened the second room. 30 minutes. That was it. Some nights were messy. Some nights were silent. Some nights, doubt sat beside him. But the door stayed open. Weeks passed. The room began to change, not because it became perfect, but because it became alive. Daniel realized something important. Fear doesn't disappear when you wait. It grows. Confidence doesn't arrive suddenly. It's built through uncomfortable repetition. One evening, a friend visited. They noticed the open room and asked, "What's that room?" Daniel paused, and then he answered quietly, "My future." The word surprised even him. Months later, Daniel looked back and understood the truth. He hadn't found motivation. He had created momentum, and momentum changed everything. Not overnight, not magically, but honestly. Daniel didn't become fearless. He became committed to opening the door. Even on days he wanted to close it again. Life didn't reward him immediately, but it started respecting him. And here's what most people never realize. You don't fail because you're not ready. You fail because you never start. You don't need confidence to begin. You need courage to open the door. Stop calling it someday. Stop storing your potential away. The life you want isn't hidden. It's waiting behind the door you keep walking past. Open it, not when you feel ready, but when staying comfortable starts to feel like regret.